Ladies and gentlemen, if you will begin finding your seats, we'll begin our program in just a few moments. We do ask that you silence or put on vibrate your communication devices. As a matter of safety, we do ask that you take time now to simply note the exits in the room, and should we, in the untimely and unlikely event that we need to exit the facility in a timely manner, please note those exit locations. We'll be back in just a few moments. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. As campus officer of the PCOM South Georgia campus, I would like to welcome you to our beautiful new facility. What a great day for South Georgia and the region and for PCOM. We are so happy you could join us for this celebration. What a tremendous welcome we have already received. Many of us have moved into the community well over a year ago, and our students have gathered now. The crowd today gathered here is simply overwhelming. To this point, I would like to welcome all of our guests seated in our overflow rooms, as well as our colleagues on our campuses in Philadelphia and in Georgia. Our families and friends are also watching on Facebook Live. So, hi, Eric. I had to say hi to my son. It's an honor and a privilege to have been part of this project and to serve as your co-MC today. I would like to take a moment to thank all of those who have been part in making this campus a reality. Many hours have been spent from home, away from families, as contractors, vendors, faculty, and staff built this facility from the ground up. We also appreciate the families that have sacrificed while their loved ones worked on this phenomenal campus. I would also like to take a moment and thank all of my PCOM colleagues who have worked additional hours on this ribbon-cutting ceremony, a project that cut across all campuses as we host this signature event in the life of our college here today. And finally, I would like to thank a man who does not like the spotlight, but without him moving this idea to Cabinet and our Board of Directors, this would not be possible. It's only been about 3 years. We would not be sitting here today without him also. And his leadership and his guidance throughout this project has been invaluable. H. William Craver III, DO, Vice Provost and Dean, Osteopathic Medicine Program of PCOM Georgia. Can you please stand? I would like to now introduce my co-MC, R. Brian Ginn, Chief Campus Officer at PCOM Georgia in Suwanee, to offer a few remarks.
Well, Joanne, thank you so very much. Folks, I want you to know what an energetic and highly competent and proficient individual that PCOM and the South Georgia region has recruited in Joanne Jones as our campus officer here at PCOM South Georgia. I'm proud to call her a co-MC today, but more importantly, I'm proud to call her a colleague and friend. As a product of rural Georgia myself, having grown up over in southeast Georgia, I'm so very proud to be professionally associated with PCOM, an organization truly focused on investing its resources while working to make a difference in this part of the state, and a part of the state that I absolutely love. This is a great day in the life of South Georgia and in the evolution of PCOM's commitment to our state, a commitment that started in 2005 when PCOM invested in a campus in Suwanee, Georgia. That campus has grown from its original 80 osteopathic medical students to now hosting over 1,200, almost 1,300 plus students in graduate and doctoral academic programs to include osteopathic medicine, pharmacy, physical therapy, physician assistant studies, and biomedical sciences. What a fantastic journey it has been for PCOM since opening our Swanee doors just 14 short years ago. So as is our custom in this part of Georgia, when a new journey is started, I ask that you please rise as you are able for our invocation and blessing of this new educational complex as delivered by Reverend Cornelius Ponder III, Senior Pastor of Greater Newton Grove Cathedral. Following the invocation, please remain standing for the presentation of colors by the Thomasville High School ROTC under the direction of Master Sergeant Chad Smith. Following the presentation of colors, Ms. Sadie Doggerow, a member of the PCOM South Georgia inaugural class of 2023, will sing our national anthem. Please rise, Reverend Ponder.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you today for who you are. We thank you for your being. We thank you for your power and your person. Lord, we thank you for gathering us here at this place. God, as we are now getting ready to release now PCOM into this world that you have given us, God, that you will bless it and that you will go before us and you will make every crooked road straight. God, we just pray now for your favor, your blessings upon this facility and upon this community. We ask you now, God, to continue to just bless us as a people. We thank you for our governor. We thank you for our mayor. We thank you for our council, our commissioners. We thank you for the hospital staff. We thank you for the sponsors that have come to make this day special. We pray, God, for the students that's going to enter into these walls, that God, that not only that they will come in for degrees, but they will come in for a life-changing opportunity. And God, we just pray that you will keep these grounds safe, that you will allow your spirit to dwell among this place. And God, we just pray for progressive spirits to be able to encourage the humanity of each and every one of the people that comes into this place. We thank you now, God, for what you are doing in this opportunity and in this room. I pray for everyone that is here, that you will bless us bountifully. In your Son Jesus' name, amen.
Hope, love, faith. Present, colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. I do want to especially thank Johanna, who is going to be trying to keep up with us here today. Thank you for spending your time with us, Johanna. Please be seated. As you know, each of you, because of your presence here today and your interest in the good work of PCOM, we believe that each one of you is considered a VIP, a very important person to be sure. To introduce each one of you VIPs in the room today, well, that would take the balance of the afternoon. So with your indulgence, allow me to mention just a few in the audience today. A lady who brings grace and distinction to her significant role in representing our state. We're delighted to have Ms. Marty Kemp, First Lady of Georgia. We're delighted that Congressman Austin Scott from Tifton, Georgia, has joined us as well. Austin. We have so many members of the Georgia House and Senate. We're glad that you all are here, sitting over here to my right. We're happy to have Senator Dean Burke actually in front of me here, Representatives Jay Powell, Sam Watson, Darlene Taylor, Dominic Larisha, Clay Perkle, and those are the ones I've seen come in, and also a very special friend to medical education in Georgia, the chairman of the House Appropriations Subcommittee on Health, Representative Butch Parrish from Swainsboro. Thank you for making the travels down, Butch. Local elected and appointed officials from communities and governing entities all across Georgia. Several members of the judiciary are here today. Several members representing Georgia's congressional delegation, staff members, representatives from health systems across South Georgia. We're grateful for your partnering with us in this lofty educational effort. Our academic partners, represented by multiple presidents and superintendents at both the collegiate and K-12 levels from around the region. How grateful we are at PCOM that we've already established affiliation and articulation agreements with colleges in the region. We've already started hosting pipeline programs in concert with school systems to expose kids from kindergarten to high school to the opportunities and benefits of a career in medicine and health sciences. Representatives from chambers of commerce from the surrounding region, and particularly the Moultrie-Colquitt Chamber, and for their ambassadors who are here helping us today. Law enforcement officials from around the region, including Sheriff Rod Howell and Chief of Police Sean Ladson, great partners in keeping our campus and our students safe. Gubernatorially appointed members of the Georgia Board for Healthcare Workforce, Dr. David Kay of Macon, Mr. Will Kemp of Valdosta, Mr. Steve Galtney of Cordele, and members of the Georgia Composite Medical Board, both agencies led by PCOM's great friend, LaShawn Hughes, the executive director of that agency. We're delighted to have the Honorable Tim Golden of Valdosta representing the Georgia Department of Transportation, Deputy Commissioner Amy Carter and her colleagues representing the Georgia Department of Economic Development, Ms. Holly Kerbo, Chair, and Mr. Kirk Shook, Executive Director of the Georgia Non-Public Post-Secondary Education Commission, and members of his team. Without the blessing of Georgia Impact, these doors would not be open. Dr. Craig Kubrick and Kate Boyinga, representing the Georgia Osteopathic Medical Association. Mr. Earl Rogers, President and CEO of the Georgia Hospital Association, is here today. Former Commissioner Tim Burgess of the Georgia Department of Community Health, a special friend to PCOM. Multiple representatives of Georgia's area health education centers, the AHEX network. We're so grateful for your significant partnership and support as we house and educate our students in clinical rotations all across Georgia. And speaking of the AHEX, I do want to recognize a very smart young lady, Miss Julia Patterson. You may recall that Julia, then an ABAC student, was the winner of our essay contest held in concert with Sawiga AHEC during our groundbreaking ceremony just a short time ago. Well, Julia used her monetary award from winning that essay to apply to medical school. Julia is now a member of the inaugural PCOM South Georgia class of 2023. What a great story of coming full circle. The U.S. Army Recruiting Command, represented by Sergeant Justin Runyon, members of the press who help us tell the story of what is possible, members of the PCOM Board of Trustees, how grateful we are for your leadership, and to my colleagues on the PCOM President's Cabinet who joined with me in welcoming each one of you here today. Of all the places each of you could be on this beautiful day in South Georgia, we're so glad that you're here showing your support for these students in white coats, and our faculty and staff. We're so grateful for your interest in the good work of PCOM. Joanne?
It is now my pleasure to introduce J. S. Feldstein, DO, PCOM class of 1981. Dr. Feldstein is the 8th president and chief academic officer of the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine. His role, Dr. Feldstein continues an impressive C-suite career as a physician, as an executive in the field of healthcare management. On a personal note, I want you all to know how fortunate we are at PCOM to be led by someone like Jay, who is laser focused on our institutional mission, who embraces new opportunities and innovations, as evidenced here by where we are today, and as a leader who challenges us, the PCOM family, to do our very best each day, and we support the educational attainments of our students. Dr. Feldstein?
Thank you, Joanne. Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. Governor Brian Kemp and Georgia's First Lady, Marty Kemp, members of the Georgia General Assembly, particularly Representatives Jay Powell, Representative Sam Watson, and Senator Dean Burke, who each represent portions of Colquitt County, PCOM's host community in the South Georgia region, and Representative Darlene Taylor of Thomasville for her steadfast support. Local elected officials and appointed officials from all around South Georgia, including Mayor Bill McIntosh of Moultrie and Colquitt County Commission Chairman Denver Braswell. My colleagues from institutions of higher education from within the South Georgia region. Member health system institutions comprising the South Georgia Medical Education and Research Consortium and multiple health systems from within the region of South Georgia. All members of the medical and healthcare community within South Georgia, new friends of PCOM who foster significant interest in the future of health education and healthcare in South Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a day of celebration. 467 days ago, but who's counting? Many of you joined us at the PCOM community gathered on this site to break ground for the construction of this new educational complex. I called that day a red-letter day in the life of Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine. Today, a very short 467 days later, we gather to celebrate yet again what I now believe to be a red-letter day in the life of rural Georgia, and in particular, rural South Georgia, as we ceremonially cut the ribbon on this new facility. As this educational complex has risen from the beautiful pine flats and wiregrass of South Georgia, I suggest to you that much more has happened here beyond the construction of a building. As the land was cleared, there developed an excitement throughout the region of South Georgia that this thing might really happen, a 4-year medical education opportunity right here for our best and our brightest. As the contractor's fencing was placed and the concrete foundation poured, excitement built even more with the realization that through collaboration and partnership, a local and regional vision helping drive the region's own destiny was taking place right in front of our eyes. As the interior of the complex was being finalized, and as our PCOM South Georgia team of professionals and students started to locate here in the region, I became more cognizant of the extremely welcoming spirit and true hospitality that exists here, along with the region's trademark can-do attitude. So let me be very clear. PCOM established this additional location in South Georgia. PCOM invested its precious resources in this region of Georgia, and PCOM is and will remain committed to the success of our dedicated faculty, staff, and our exceptional students, and the success of this region because of you, all who want nothing more to be them fully engaged in shaping your future. Yes, much has happened over the past 467 days on this journey we have shared together, and I want you to know that PCOM is proud to call South Georgia home. It is entirely appropriate that we gather for our ribbon cutting during this week of medical student orientation, a week that heralds the start of our PCOM South Georgia inaugural osteopathic medicine class's educational journey. To these new students sitting here looking quite regal in their new white coats, I would offer just a few thoughts. I hope you feel a profound sense of awe. You seek to enter a noble profession at an institution with a 120-year history. An educational experience awaits that will have you learning in an integrated medical team in the very near future. You seek to enter a profession that will give you access to humanity in its strongest and its frailest states. May you always remain focused on the whole patient, recognizing the individual as mind, body, and spirit. But recognize, too, that your chance to serve as a member of this inaugural class came because citizens of this region had a vision. They stood up and said, it can be done. People here in this room invested and partnered to make your education and this phenomenal new educational resource available to you. Now, no pressure, but everyone, and I mean everyone in this room, is invested in your success. The fact that we are here in this idyllic setting, cutting the ribbon for PCOM South Georgia campus, is a credit and testament to the vision and commitment of so many to make this initiative a success. First, the significant interest of South Georgia Medical Education and Research Consortium and its member health systems to include Archbold Health System in Thomasville, led by CEO Perry Mustaine, Colquitt Regional Medical Center in Moultrie, led by CEO Jim Matney, Phoebe Putney Medical Center in Old Benny, led by CEO Scott Steiner, South Georgia Medical Center in Valdosta, led by CEO Bill Forbes, and Tiff Regional Medical Center in Tifton, led by CEO Chris Dorman. These health systems, along with many others in this region, with practicing physicians, will prove critical in providing high-quality clinical experiences for our medical students. Jim Matney of Colquitt Regional Medical Center, who originally planted the idea for a 4 full-year medical school campus in South Georgia. Jeter Partners, LLC, Jimmy and Jan Dieter, for your amazing love of community, for their generous philanthropic spirit and support, and gifting these beautiful 31 acres for this campus. We are so grateful for your vision of what can be. Colquitt Regional Health System Foundation, for a significant leadership gift in support of this project. Southwest Georgia Bank, the Waldo Deloche Testamentary Charitable Trust, for its leadership gift. Colquitt County Government and the City of Moultrie for their individual and collaborative actions and commitments to make this facility come to life. Colquitt County Development Authority for its attention to detail and significant support. Governor Kemp and members of the Georgia General Assembly, who recognize the value of expanding medical education in rural communities and for their support of PCOM in the past 2 legislative sessions. Sasaki Associates, our site location architectural firm that spent hundreds of hours in developing a site location facility that is a premier educational site and South Georgia community asset. JCI Contractors of Moultrie, Georgia, and its CEO, Lindy Jones, who made architectural renderings and blueprints become reality right before our eyes. PCOM Vice Provost Bill Craver, for leading the academic effort to make this additional location a reality, and to Dr. Michael Sampson and Joanne Jones for their leadership in making this all feel very real. And while I'm at it, to the countless PCOM faculty and staff who consulted on the design of this building, this amazing facility, and used their many skills and experience and talents to make this happen. Dr. David Bridges, president of ABAC, one of the first to offer his vocal support. We are grateful to ABAC and all of our academic partners in the region who have already crafted affiliation and articulation agreements with PCOM. Finally, to the PCOM Board of Trustees, our governing board whose leadership exemplifies vision and action. On Monday of next week, these osteopathic medical students will officially start classes. In the days ahead, PCOM will start the admissions process all over again for the second class of osteopathic students, while we engage the communities in the region in offering pipeline programs, experiences designed to expose high school students to the possibilities of a career in medicine or one of the health professions. We ask to you to be our advocate to prospective students. PCOM will work diligently to be a good corporate and educational citizen of the South Georgia region, meaning first and foremost that we accomplish our mission and vision of educating and training the physician workforce needed in this region of the state. Ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you that I'm extremely excited about the future of PCOM at both of our campuses in the state, PCOM Georgia in Gwinnett County and PCOM South Georgia. An official with the Georgia Department of Economic Development, along with Representative Sam Watson, have called this initiative a game changer for South Georgia. I trust we will together make that statement a reality. The vision that brought us to this place and the efforts of so very many to make this additional location of PCOM possible will yield results that we simply cannot foresee on this day. I do believe through education we can improve health and have a significant impact upon the burden of illness in this region of Georgia. I do believe with your help we can make a difference. I do believe with your active partnership and full engagement, as our slogan says, we can shape the future of health in South Georgia. Thank you very much. I'm now honored to introduce our next speaker for the purposes of bringing greetings from the state of Georgia. Governor Brian Kemp was sworn in as Georgia's 83rd governor in January of 2019. A contractor and small businessman by profession, Governor Kemp appreciates that as a small business owner in a field of large competitors, one can craft a unique niche in the marketplace while providing high quality and beneficial service. During his tenure in the state Senate and as chair of the Senate Higher Education Committee, Brian Kemp was a proven champion of higher education and particularly medical and health sciences education. As Georgia's Secretary of State, Mr. Kemp was responsible for the administrative oversight of multiple state boards with responsibilities to ensure the health of the citizens of Georgia. As governor, Brian Kemp has quickly shown to be open to considering new ideas in healthcare, open to considering local input in managing the difficult and challenging problems faced by Georgia's communities, especially those faced in rural Georgia. This state-of-the-art campus we celebrate today is emblematic and reflective of the approach Governor Kemp takes in addressing the most pressing issues of the day: collaboration, partnership, and simply picking up a shovel and doing the hard work necessary to get it done. We are excited about the opportunity to partner with the state of Georgia, both committed to a vision of expanding the knowledge workforce, particularly in medicine and health sciences, to meet the growing need and demand of Georgia's citizens in rural Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Governor of the state of Georgia, the Honorable Brian Kemp.
Wow, thank you all very much. Well, thank you, Jay, for that kind introduction. I just told Jay he's probably ready for a little break after all that. I was thinking about two things during all the introductions. The first one was what was going to be harder, your first year of medical school or singing the national anthem in front of this crowd. You did a great job. And the second thing was the interpreter is going to have a lot easier time with me speaking than with Brian Kemp. Some say I have a southern drawl accent. But I want to thank Jay for the kind introduction, but also for just having me today. This is an amazing day, as he said, and it's certainly an honor to be here. I'm also honored to have someone who is serving as a great First Lady, my wife, Marty Kemp, who I know was introduced, but you can... You can know that Marty is working very hard as your First Lady on things like human trafficking, something that's near and dear to our heart down in this part of the world, our Georgia Grown program, and continuing to promote that in all parts of our state, as well as pet adoption. I consider it a small miracle that I haven't gotten a new pet yet from what she has been doing at the mansion, but we have our share regardless. But You know, Marty and all three of our daughters, quite honestly, have been coming to this part of the state for years, and certainly we were no stranger to this area during the campaign. And we know that the success of rural Georgia leads to the success of our entire state, and I really believe that. Because this is a region that literally feeds, clothes, and provides not only for our state, but for our nation and for the rest of the world. And I think we know probably better than most the challenges that you face every day, whether those challenges are with the government or with Mother Nature. And we've certainly seen the struggles firsthand that this community and others like it have faced at the hands of Hurricane Michael. Working together, we have fought to ensure that our farm families and others in South and Southwest Georgia receive the disaster relief funding that they so desperately need. And I want to just pause for one moment and thank Congressman Austin Scott. I know he was as frustrated as I was with that process, but he was literally working hard every day along with Senators Perdue and Isaacson and the rest of our delegation. So thank you, Austin, for that. During the campaign, I talked a lot about how we must spur action for a new day in rural Georgia. And today I'm very excited that PCOM is partnering with the state as well as this great local community to help make that new day a reality right here. We know the problems that too many communities face in lack of access to health care and health care providers. Too many Georgians, especially in rural Georgia, have to drive 1, 2, even 3 counties over just to see a medical doctor. Health care is too expensive in today's world. It's too hard to get to, and it often fails to deliver the health outcomes that we deserve and need. And I heard it on the campaign trail, and I can continue to hear it as your governor. And that's why during the legislative session, we passed the Patients First Act to pave the way toward lower costs, greater access, and improved quality in our health care system. That's why we've added funding to address both the doctor shortage and improve access to mental health services in our high schools. That's why we passed over 20 health care bills during this first legislative session for increased transparency, expanded access to life-saving cancer treatment, and expanding opportunities for telemedicine. And that's why we've invested in projects like PCOM. And I want to also pause a moment and thank not only the local delegation, but all of the legislators that are here. We had an incredible legislative session, I think, by all standards, when you think especially about health care and education. And that is exactly what is happening in this facility. I want to thank you all for your support and the hard work that you had this session, and we're going to continue to work hard on that. I know that this 80,000 square foot facility will be at the forefront of improving the quality of life for hardworking Georgians here in South and Southwest Georgia. PCOM will train doctors right here on this 31-acre campus. It's pretty amazing when you actually think about that. I want to thank the leadership of PCOM for their commitment, the financial commitment, the human capital commitment that they have made to invest here, a commitment to our state to continue to make us a great place to do business and equip the next generation of medical professionals. These kinds of projects only happen with buy-in from the local community, and I know that this would not have happened if it wasn't for the great local partners that were already mentioned earlier by Jay. I remember hearing years ago at a small dinner down here when Jimmy Jeter was telling me about this facility and the commitment that the local community was making, and now it is a reality, but it was because of your strong support. I'm also proud to say that the state saw how training world-class doctors in Moultrie could be a real game changer for our region, and we have supported this effort as well. But it was you all that got the ball started, and we are honored to be a part of it. It is my hope that those from Southwest Georgia will seek out opportunities to stay here for their residency. I know that you students will have great opportunity in healthcare. It's a great market to be in for job security, that's for sure. But what's so exciting about this class and this facility is we have a better opportunity for our local kids to get educated here and to stay here where they were raised and to give something back, not only to their local community, but to our state. And you don't have to do that, but we think you will see value in that, and I hope that you will. Because Southwest Georgia, quite honestly, is full of great opportunities. We got our issues we got to deal with down here, and we all know that, and I appreciate the legislature and especially the House Rural Development Council for their work on shining a light to that, and I am committed to continuing to work with them and do our part to support rural parts of our state. But it is an exceptional place to live, work, and raise your family. I have seen that firsthand, and I have experienced in that in my time and my stays in South Georgia. Together, I know that we can continue to work hard every day to expand opportunities in healthcare for those who need it the most. I'm proud to be here today. I'm proud of what you've accomplished, and I'm proud to see these fine folks graduate in just a few years and what they will do for our future in our state. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Governor Kemp. Here at PCOM, we agree that the success of rural Georgia supports the success of all of Georgia. So thank you and Mrs. Kemp for being with us here today. It's now my privilege to introduce to you the chairman of the PCOM Board of Trustees, Mr. John P. Carney. Mr. Carney joined the PCOM Board of Trustees in 2002 and was elected chairman in 2014. He has received the President's Award, the highest honor bestowed upon a non-alumnus, and the PCOM Alumni Association Award has given him their highest honor, the Alumni Award. Mr. Carney retired in 2014 after 38 years as president of the Erico Corporation, John P. Carney Associates, and MK Leasing. He continues to operate Carney Real Estate and has been very involved in the life of PCOM for many, many years. Mr. Carney, please come forward.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a PCOM family event. You're going to hear that word family over and over again. Thank you, Governor Kemp, and your beautiful wife, Marty, for coming today with us today, and for your kind words, your support, and your leadership. Together, we should set a new course for Southern Georgia and in healthcare. Thank you. On behalf of my fellow members of the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Board of Trustees, I am thrilled to be here today and to celebrate the opening of PCOM South Georgia. I would like for all of my fellow members of the board to please stand to be recognized, and for you people to thank them for their dedication to this organization. As board members, we are driven by the mission and goals of this institution for educating of students in medicine, health, and behavioral science. Since 1899, 120 years, we have trained osteopathic physicians in Philadelphia. In 2002, PCOM started in Philadelphia with the expansion of our health and behavioral science, guided by the medical traditions, concepts, and training of our osteopathic tradition. In 2005, PCOM opened a state-of-the-art campus in Suwanee, Georgia. Today, with 1,400 students, PCOM offers a range of health-related degrees programs enabling the students to gain an education close to home, with the aim of serving the health needs of their community and the region. I must admit, at 71, I'm a little bit of a social media groupie. When I check my Facebook, I am thrilled to see the activities that go on at a Georgia campus. To see the footsteps that these students, I was going to say kids, I can't say kids, these students do for the community. And most of all, by reading their papers and reading what they've had, how proud they are to serve the community. That's important. We at PCOM are committed to the advancement of knowledge, the intellectual growth through teaching and research, and the well-being of the community through leadership and service. As part of our education mission, we at PCOM recognize the importance of diversity, inclusion of enriching the experience of our students, promoting critical thinking, and developing the future leaders of this community. Here is another place you can help us. It's in our strategic plan. This college is driven for growth, both physically and academically. PCOM plans include expansion of our training, opportunities for our students, exploring new revenue streams to reduce the cost of tuition. We take great, great pride in giving you the best education for the least amount of money we can possibly do it for. That is a promise. Also, by capitalizing on our college's 120 years of osteopathic heritage and enhancing the national reputation of PCOM for educational excellence. With you, with your help, here in our new South Georgia campus, we do plan to grow our DO program, start a biomedical program, and a psychology program. We believe everything works together. The primary focus of both of our campuses is to recruit and educate students from Georgia and the surrounding states. Our goal for our South Georgia campus is the same as our Suwanee campus, to make it an important healthcare hub by training your children to be the leaders in healthcare. I am proud to report that the first class of PCOM South Georgia, with over 2,500 applicants for 59 positions. The class is comprised of 33% of local students. Think. You have made the dreams of 33% these kids, of your kids, come true. That's a dream. I've been through that. You have made this happen. You are the formula for tomorrow's success. Speaking for PCOM family, I wish to thank you for making this day happen. From our first visit here, your welcome has been extraordinary. From signs on the highways to notes in the restaurants, for every place we stopped, and we just got here on it. Your support and leadership has been overwhelming. Today, we've made history in Southern Georgia. Today, with this ribbon cutting, it's the first step of a long road ahead of us to improve healthcare. Working together, we can improve Southern Georgia community and to provide our healthcare service for those in need. Ladies and gentlemen, before I leave, I'd like to present to you the class of 2023. Yeah, be careful. They'll start running for office, Governor. Your road ahead of you is going to be a tough road. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. Your hours are going to be many, and so are your rewards. Good luck and congratulations. And thank you for coming today.
Thank you, Mr. Kearney, for your unwavering commitment to PCOM and for your significant support and guidance as the PCOM South Georgia campus was developed. Next, I'd like to introduce our Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Michael Sampson, to give regards to our students.
Thank you and welcome. I want to give welcome to everybody here in attendance and also on Facebook Live. We're 2019, modern technology. With eyes on South Georgia today, I would like to welcome all those in attendance. With PCOM South Georgia residing in the agricultural capital of the east of the Mississippi, we tour growing products, that being physicians. We are committed to training, retaining, and sustaining physicians for South Georgia. As you heard from Dr. Feldstein and others, we are building partnerships with the region's medical and educational institutions to shape the future of healthcare in South Georgia. As Mr. Kearney said, to give you an example, over 3,000 applicants for 55 spots. That ain't no joke. They wanted it. That's how popular this campus was. And so, students, we chose the brightest and the best of that 3,000. Sorry, I'm told we're reading scripts. With that, the inaugural class of 2023 has a long road ahead of them. This is great. They got their white jackets. We'll have a white coat ceremony in a couple months. But it's time now, starting on Monday, when all the pomp and circumstance are over, Monday gets real. And as I told you guys, and you know, medical school is not fun. But to this region, this community has been the best. You are welcomed. They want you here. It's awesome. Because you're going to take care of them, so they want you here. Thus, why we picked the brightest and the best. With this facility, it was built to be student-centric. It was built, I mean, look at how many windows we have. Look at the scenic environment we have around us. And when you tour after this ceremony, when you tour the campus, please take notice of how technologically advanced it is, but also how friendly it is. So it's high tech, high touch. So that's what we looked for when we built this. So I just want to ask the students, and I've asked you this before, we're going to give you the best. You give us the best. So I think I have other things to say later, so I'm going to hold that comment. But again, thank you for everyone. Welcome. And class 23, give it up for them once again.
Thank you, Dr. Sampson. I'm now pleased to bring to the podium a true friend of PCOM, a man of vision, a man of action, and a man who believes in partnership and a collaboration, and who, instead of asking why, he says, why not? Mr. Matney wears multiple hats, but today he represents the South Georgia Medical Education and Research Consortium and is the current chair of the board. Jim?
Hard act to follow. You know, I was sitting there talking to my family about this, and my son gave me this excellent quote, and I've got to use it. Nelson Mandela once said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." And, you know, this project started with what seemed impossible. Countless hours, hard work from members across the community and state is what turned this dream into a reality. Like the farmers, the seed, it takes patience, and above all, dedication to the task. This task was no small feat. Without the help from the county commissioners, city council members, economic development authority members, and of course the hospital authority of Colquitt County, Archibald Medical Center, Tiff Regional, South Georgia Medical Center, and Phoebe Putney, this task wouldn't have made it past the beginning stage. I want to especially extend a thanks to my friend and the Governor of Georgia, Governor Kemp, as well as other federal and state legislators. Together, all the stakeholders nurtured this idea and eventually came up with a package that we presented to PCOM. A lot of people says it was certain people's idea, but it was a whole collaborative of people. First, I must admit, they laughed a little bit. That's the only part that I got. That's good. And then they gave it some thought. At a closer glance, PCOM realized there was something special about our region and decided to go with us. However, this was just the beginning. From the outside, everything seemed smooth sailing through it all. I spent numerous hours keeping stakeholders interested, from letting the naysayers kill the project at every step of the way, whether it was convincing our medical staff to agree to take third and fourth year students, or convincing Jimmy and Dan Jeter to donate this beautiful land that we're on. Bringing us, yeah, let's give them a round of applause. All this brought us one step closer to this day. I held fast and persistent to the dream that we could do it. And at the end, I'm really proud to say we did it. Like Michael, I'm not very good at reading speeches either, but I really want to say that to the students, if you really set out with a goal, you put a lot of work into it, and you put a lot of time into it, you can do it. And that's the message I want to give, and the fact that when and Jay and I were talking earlier, how this has been a really long process, and there were some ups and downs in the process, but we all believed that we could do it, and we got there. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank my wife, Jill, and my 3 kids, William, Sarah, and Henry, because they lived the whole time when we were up and down, and I'm real excited. Finally, and I know, similar to what Joanne said, it's a person that doesn't like to recognize, but a lot of this started with a telephone call on the road with Dr. Craver, Joanne, and Jessica Rimba back there, and I must admit, we kind of thought it was a crazy idea, but thanks for giving us a chance, especially the board of the PCOM and all the community leaders. Got to tell one quick story. One Saturday evening, I was on a tractor mowing, and I called the county commissioners in the city, and literally it started raining, so I had to get off my tractor. It did get stuck in the mud, but at the end, city council and county council both gave us over $1 million to help us with this project. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim, and to the membership of the South Georgia Medical Education Research Consortium for your individual and collective support of this enterprise effort. I now call to the podium for the purposes of a presentation Mayor Bill McIntosh and Mr. Chaz Cannon, representing the City of Moultrie and Colquitt County government. Joining them on stage will be President Feldstein, PCOM Vice Provost Dr. Craver, Michael Sampson, our Chief Academic Officer here, and Joanne Jones. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Governor Kemp, Ms. Kemp, and all of our distinguished guests. This is a wonderful day in the city of Moultrie, and as mayor, it is my privilege to present this key of the city of Moultrie to Dr. J. Feldstein, President and CEO of Philadelphia College of Medicine, Dr. William H. Craver, Dr. Michael Sampson, and to Joanne Jones. You know, today is a culmination of an unbelievable journey, and it is with great pride and appreciation that the city of Moultrie has been able to have been a part of this. This is a great endeavor. This key is symbolic of this community along with the entire region, extending an embracing welcome and best wishes to the administration, faculty, students, and staff of the Philadelphia College of Medicine South. We are so excited about the impact that this school will have in advancing health care for countless individuals for many generations to come. Again, congratulations and welcome to Moultrie and South Georgia. Thank you.
On behalf of the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, we are delighted and so appreciative of the support that we've received from the county and the city. A small token of our appreciation, Mr. Mayor, Chaz, on behalf of the entire PCOM community. Shovels used during our groundbreaking ceremony just 467 days ago. Thank you so very much. Michael J. Sampson, DO, Chief Academic Officer, PCOM South Georgia, is a physician and educator extraordinaire. His students gravitate to him because he knows how to relate and knows how to build a rapport and knows how to bring to life the most challenging of curricular topics and to make them real. He makes his students want to succeed. He holds his students accountable. A man of boundless energy, creativity, and enthusiasm, Dr. Sampson personifies the role of leader. PCOM in South Georgia, the South Georgia community are fortunate to have a man of his intellectual curiosity and capacity and his deep love of athletics planted right here in this region. Dr. Sampson, as you come forward, we'll be presenting you with a shovel as well to be presented here on behalf of the entire PCOM family, our campus in Swanee and our campus in Philadelphia. This shovel also was used just a short 467 days ago to break ground for your campus, as we hear so very often. Dr. Sampson. I do like to think that PCOM South Georgia is in very good hands. Ladies and gentlemen, the time of our closing of the opening of school and the ribbon cutting ceremony is at hand, but there is one more important task for us to finish today. I guess we should actually cut a ribbon. Joanne, if you would you please lead Governor Kemp and First Lady Marty Kemp, Chairman Kearney, President Feldstein, Dr. Craver, to the ribbon cutting section while we all remain in our places here in this beautifully air-conditioned facility and watch from our air-conditioned comfort live and online. I think the screens here will be showing the actual ribbon cutting in just a moment as the party relocates with our students who will be standing behind the governor and the president as they cut the ribbon. Here we go. All right.
Yeah. Got this. Where are you? Here. We're good. Okay. You got it? Now. Thank you. Okay. Everybody. Is everybody ready? One. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. We're not ready. We good? On three. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Thank you. And now I invite everyone to do a tour of our facility. Thank you for coming and enjoy the day.